looked like zombies coming through the fog, and you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't.
Hi guys, how you doing? It's been a while. Welcome to another reaction with Four Fails. Yeah, and today we'll be reacting to BOATLIFT. BOATLIFT. We reacted to 9/11 the other time, and that was very tragic.
A big thank you to
Brooke from the US. So Brooke said we should react to BOATLIFT. That's the other part of 9/11. So
yes, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Means a lot to the team and everyone. Thank you so much. So not to take too much of you guys' time, we need to react to BOATLIFT. Still the continuation of
9/11
resilience.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow the channel. Thank you guys.
So let's get into it.
Let's see what.
So I heard this was like the continuation.
Yeah, it's like the continuation of the 9/11. So that was a tragic experience.
I thought I was watching a movie, Towering Inferno at first. And then I looked real close and I noticed it was the World Trade Center. I was compelled because I'm a type of person that can't stand by and watch other people suffer. And to me, they were suffering. They wanted to get off the island. And there was no way for them to get off the island other than the water. And I had noticed when I was watching the television, I saw a lot of, the ferries going up into the slips and taking people off. I said, fine, we could do the same thing. I could take people on my boat, get in there, take them where they have to go. And that's what we did.
Yes.
On the morning of September 11th, when the towers came down, millions of people ran for safety. Hundreds of thousands of them ran south to the water's edge. That's when they realized that Manhattan is indeed an island, and that they were trapped.
They were feeling helpless, and that's the worst feeling in the world. What was a person on the ground going to do? Buildings were down. There were people laying under the rubble of the building. Firemen, civilians. My wife was there, and I turned around. I says, I've got to go do something. Just like that. And she looked at me. She says, what are you going to do, you maniac? I says, I'm going to take the amberjack up into the city and help. She says, but what if they're attacked again? I says, well, then that's something I have to live with. I says, I have to do what I have to do. I says, and nobody can stop me right now. Even if I save one person or I rescue one person, that's one person less that will suffer and die.
They were trying to evacuate Manhattan because nobody knew what was going on. You didn't know if something else was going to happen. It was just a madness on one side and, and wanting to help people on the other side.
They were just streaming out of the buildings, and the first mode of transportation they saw was a ferry boat. Wow. That's when they knew, this is how I'm getting out of here. So they didn't even care where the boat was going.
There wasn't panic in New York in the beginning, just volume. It wasn't until the first building fell that there was panic.
You heard the building go down, but we're in the slip, so we can't see it.
That's when we started letting go, and then all of a sudden, you couldn't see anything.
People were actually jumping into the river and swimming out of Manhattan. Boats were very nearly running them over. Wait.
These people wanted out of Manhattan no matter any way they could.
Somebody wants you to go over there.
Every mode of transportation out of Manhattan was shut down. All the subways were shut. The tunnels were all closed. They closed the bridges. They closed everything immediately.
Boats, usually an afterthought in most New Yorkers' minds, were for the first time in over a century the only way in or out of Lower Manhattan.
The process actually had already started. There were some boats that were grabbing people, that people were lined up at the walls.
On the left.
It's just human nature.
It's as if the building is falling behind them. So some people, they could not even wait for the next boat. Some people were diving into the water. So like there's smoke behind them, buildings falling. Man.
I think like
roads were
one
blocked.
of the twin buildings fell. Like,
It was when it fell that everybody
Started running. They couldn't even wait.
Toxic, like, everything, every
Can you imagine how scary that was?
People in distress. There's a seawall in Manhattan begging you to pick them up. You have to pick them up.
They didn't know what was going on. They seen the building getting hit with these two planes. As far as they was concerned, we were being bombed. I was wondering if they were going to come on the boat, if they had people with bombs, or if they were going to come on. We're a big orange target in the middle of that harbor. My job is to keep the boat safe, my passengers safe, my crew safe.
Everybody was in shock, running around. They didn't want to leave their families. They had loved ones running around the city.
There was one guy ran from the apron and jumped onto the boat. He grabbed onto the metal, climbed up right next to the pilot. So I'm going out there to say something. He slides down to the next deck. So the deckhands get him and go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm jumping for my life. So, you couldn't argue with him there.
He was jumping for his life.
You look for every means to get
There
out
was a
of
small
there.
boat that was at the lower tip of Manhattan. I thought the boat was going to flip over because so many people were trying to get on. And as I looked behind, they were just 10 deep. And that's kind of what gave us the idea.
We decided that this has to get better organized and we better do it, and that's what we did.
So we decided to make the call on the radio. All available boats. This is the United States Coast Guard aboard the pilot boat, New York. Anyone want to help with the evacuation of Lower Manhattan? Report to Governor's Island.
They needed more help.
Call came on the radio. They were coming.
I was uncertain of who was going to respond. About 15, 20 minutes later, there are just boats all across the horizon.
Literally 100 targets converging on the lower part of Manhattan.
When we came out of that dust cloud, tugboats, I'd never seen so many tugboats all at once.
There was just like a fleet of tugboats headed to Manhattan.
If it floated and it could get there, it got there. All different size, shapes, and form. And they were zooming across this water.
Ferries, private boats, party boats.
I worked on the water for 28 years. I've never seen that many boats come together at one time that fast. One radio call and it just came together just that fast.
Just in 20 minutes.
Hundreds of boats converged on the city, leaving the sun-bathed harbor behind them. Dead ahead, the unknown.
That was something I won't forget. It was just low, dark, acrid, black smoke. It's like there was a big chimney in Manhattan. When we pulled into Pier 11, the dust was unbelievable.
And then out of nowhere, you just kept on seeing people coming.
It looked like zombies coming through the fog, and you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't leave us here. Take us. At that point, the Coast Guard said, not how many people are you allowed, how many people can you fit?
Come on, guys. Anybody coming? Get your ass over here now. Now. Come on.
Boats started hanging. Literally would take a bedsheet off a bunk and a can of spray paint and paint their destination on.
Some of these people never been in the water, never been on a boat before.
Housewives, workers to do windows. We had executives. And the thing that was the best, everyone helped everyone.
I want you to hold my hand. Come on board. Get inside. One at a time. Okay, get in inside. We got you.
I saw 4 businessmen lifting up an old woman with a seeing eye dog, a German Shepherd, and they lifted her up like a surfboard and passed her over the handrails.
When we would carry a load of people over, and there was somebody standing there that seen her husband or wife, you know, that made us feel even better, you know. Well, at least we got 2 back together, you know. Just keep on going, you know.
The guy that works at the ferry, he's a welder. His son was on my boat. He actually came up. He thanked me.
We went back and forth all day long, carrying boatloads, as many as our boat would hold. And it's a lot of people. A lot of people.
One of the ferry drivers, his son,
You couldn't have
was
planned nothing.
in another man's
Happened that
boat.
fast, that quick.
No training. This was just people doing what they had to do that day.
You forget all about what you're supposed to do, what they teach you in school, and you say, you know what? Morally, this is the right way to go, and deep down, this is what I'm gonna do.
Average people. They stepped up, and when they needed to. They showed me, you know, when the American people need to come together and pull together, they will do it.
I do feel a way honored that I was a part of it.
That was the greatest thing I ever did with my life.
The greatest day that I've ever seen in all my boating. I mean, my life on the water.
The Great Boat Lift of 9/11 became the largest sea evacuation in history. Larger than the evacuation of Dunkirk in World War II, where 339,000 British and French soldiers were rescued over the course of 9 days. On 9/11, nearly 500,000 civilians were rescued from Manhattan by boat. It took less than 9 hours.
Less than 9 hours.
That's the whole city.
They rescued over
I believe somebody has a little
500,000
hero in them.
in less than 9
You gotta
hours.
look in.
Wow,
And it's
that's
in there.
amazing.
It'll come out. It need to be.
I have one theory in life. I never want to say the word I should have. If I do it and I fail, I tried. If I do it and I succeed, better for me. And I tell my children the same thing. Never go through life saying you should have.
Yeah,
If you want to do something, you do it.
He said his wife told him, like, how you going to do this? Why he was trying to do. And she was like,
What if the attack happens again? And it was like, he doesn't care. Just his heart is telling him to just save people.
Wow, that's, oh my God.
Not everyone has the mind to go for this. And when he called for help, a lot of people were coming. You can see different
Less than
ships
20 minutes.
Several boats,
Over
several boats
100
that killed. Yeah, like,
And those were even personal boats, like people coming, reaching
over
out
100
to come
boats
save
in less
other
than
people.
20 minutes.
And everybody had the same goal, to come and save or be saved. So everybody were just like, I'm coming to save people or come and save me. But they were all
I
for the
guess
same
some
goal.
they didn't even have like the normal equited knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not trained. They never expected
They never
that.
planned for that. They
just
never
did it.
planned for that.
American.
Because they said even some, they never went into water before in their life. Some didn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
Some they've never even climbed a boat before. So they never planned for that. It was just an unplanned tragic activity that just happened. So they just had to help each other. That was very scary. Imagine seeing kids, the dust,
American.
glasses
When I was
going
watching it, I
inside
didn't
your
even- I could
nose.
not look at it.
Like
I
they were-
almost
they were-
cried. I was like,
they
what was
look so
happening?
White, because the dust is all over their
Yes,
their
they're
hair
all
and stuff
dusty
like that.
and couldn't
American-
They
see.
couldn't see anyone.
Yes.
They saw people move. They saw something moving before they had to notice it was people coming.
Yes.
And somebody,
Because the
it was too
dust, they could not even see like what was really happening, and there was that part that you saw dust. Just imagine you try to like book a ride and waiting for your ride and you see dust, buildings, glasses, woods falling behind you. People had to like jump into the water, knowing how to swim or not. People were scared. the only exit out of that city. Imagine how scary that was.
Exit was blocked. Wow. America is indeed united.
Yeah, watching this video just made me realize that there's still a big hope in humans. Yeah, because sometimes I do feel like the humans really care about each other, but people really do.
And empathy too.
Yeah.
Because if they were not like drawn, because some people they don't even have that emotional capacity to save others. While they know they can get into danger too.
Yes.
Whilst you can save others,
You can as well be affected.
But they were all selfless, not selfish.
Imagine being in your home and you know that people are dying there. There's a people dying and you get a call. You can come voluntarily. There were a lot of people that still didn't come because people were scared.
But those that came out, like,
they were the real MVP. Like
90% came out, like, because wow.
God bless you guys. Imagine one of the boat riders, after coming to save people, he literally cried, like thanking the other man, like, oh, thank you for saving my own son.
Yes.
He came to save other people.
But his son was
selflessly, but his own son was saved by another person. Imagine how miraculous that was.
Thank you, bro, for actually supporting and
thank you so much. And this is a wonderful request.
Part of 9/11. I want to say thank you once more.
This is a wonderful experience, which I very much like.
So the Americans who were involved in this, our sympathies with you.
Yeah, we sympathize. Our condolences to everyone of you.
Anyone, we're very sorry, and we hope
this never happens again to anyone.
We love you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you, bro.